Thanks for joining us. So what we're going to try to do is hopefully talk about your philosophies, talk about how you like to do things, how you don't like to do things, slice and slice, if that makes sense. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about the new NAMM Audio Venom hardware keyboard that you guys have had a chance to check out, I guess, for a couple months now, I guess. And we're going to listen to some music. So how did you guys get into this?
I had to go pick up a badge, and then they let me in.
That is awesome.
It's really cool, this place. The Avid booth, come on, give it up for the Avid booth. This year is hot. It's always
LA traffic. Let's give it up for LA traffic.
The 210, that's awesome.
Well, getting into music, well, I think it's easy. Everybody understands the concept of that. Getting in production, that kind of was led forward by I picked up a guitar, keyboard. I had one of the first, what do they call that? Digital, what do they call that first? That D50 for Roland D50. I thought that was going to be the most amazing thing.
LA synthesis, man.
Oh my goodness, I was so wrong about that. But it did sound nice. But it was just the sort of beginning of the first stage of the digital world of electronic music for us. Ken and I met. Where did we meet, Ken?
Smith's Food and Drug.
Yes.
Las Vegas.
Yes. Anyways, oh, the good times.
We're both working there, and one day he comes in.
Scott. It's Scott.
Scott comes over with a drum machine. We didn't really know each other at the time, but it was like he was working on music, and I was working on music, and so this guy at the same store comes over with a drum machine to work. You know, I'm like, oh, I gotta talk to this guy. So we started talking. We had a lot of similar interests in music, so we put our gear together and made a studio, and been working ever since. That was like more than 20 years ago.
So now you guys have got a studio called the Bomb Shelter, which is...
We did have, yes, that was our big studio. Well, it was a small studio. We put a studio inside a two-car garage in La Crescenta, which is a suburb of Glendale up north here, and drywalled it ourselves, and it was a mess.
Stacked it with keyboards.
It was a mess, and yeah. By the time we've since moved on, but by the time we left, it was easier just to buy a new chord and just reroute something. It sort of looked like that scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark, because it's like, oh, chords. What had to be chords? It was just a chord. There was so many chords, like 1,000 chords, and there was like these dust bunnies that were just like, they were sort of our inspirations for many years. But that was our first, because at the beginning, the only thing you want to do is you want to make music, and you really don't care how it happens. You want to get some piece of gear that inspires you. You want to get to work, and so we found a spot up in La Crescenta, and threw it together really quickly and started working on music. And since we moved on to our new studio, which is in North Hollywood, it's called Crystal Works. But we did a lot of magic in that little two-car garage. So it was the first 3 albums were recorded there, pretty much mixed there. Everything was done there. We spent a little bit of time in a different studio for Tweekend, but pretty much our entire first 10 years was spent in this little garage that we turned into a studio. So, I mean, it doesn't, you don't necessarily need a big studio price tag to make music. What we were running 9600 or 7200, 7200,
604E, baby.
We had the 610 Apple, whatever that thing was, and we just we used Pro Tools Audio and just dealt with our limitations and made music.
So now you guys are Pro Tools is your main DAW, right? So that's your normal sort of production thing. You've got when you're thinking, we've got a mix here. You guys want to sort of describe what we got? So I have. Do you know what I have, by the way? This is like the Letterman. Do you know what the clip is? Do you know what this clip is? We got Dirty Deeds, and I've got.
This is our whole new direction. We're doing something a little bit different. This is our Dixie polka. I'm sorry, we're introducing it to you. It's a bootleg that we did recently with Pro Tools and 9. It's a bootleg of a track from AC/DC that has a little bit of the Venom in it.
Okay.
The new synth that we're all here to talk about.
This, yeah.
And it's all Pro Tools. So
We'll do. You want to check it out? Is that what you do?
sure, I'd like to hear it.
You guys want to hear it? Want to hear the track? Well, I'm here.
Yeah.
Are you sleep? Come on, people. It's day 37 a.m. Wake up, Jesus. Here we go.
I said there's a little bit of Venom right there with that kind of siren kind of sound. Yeah, this song right here. Sweet. But the great thing about the Venom, we can get into the rest of the production stuff in our history. But that thing is just, it has that really pretty sort of synthy, silky sounds. Really great sort of analog synth leads and sort of pads that you expect to find in a really, really warm synthesizer. But it has that really top-end, nasty, distorted,
glitch,
edgy stuff.
For By the way, for those of you guys who aren't quite familiar, sorry for my voice, sorry. For those who aren't quite familiar with what this is the first hardware synthesizer from NAMM Audio. So it's not just a controller, it actually has sounds in it. So it's 12 notes polyphonic, it has 4 parts multi-timbral, each part has 3 oscillators and 3.5 LFOs. So, and it has sample waveforms. So basically they went through and found all the sort of classic keyboards that everybody really, really loves. You guys have a bank of them, I'm sure. And basically sample all the waveforms. So they're not mathematical recreations of what people think that an Oberheim and OBX sounds like. They went and sampled the Oberheim. So.
You know, for us personally, most keyboards that come out with sounds, we listen to them and we're like, well, I don't know who this keyboard was made for, but not for us. But this is one that, you know, we thought, wow, this is
made for you.
Yeah, this is really cool sounds, really usable, and really
only
good starting points.
You're not actually selling these, right? This is only for us, right?
Exactly. No one else gets
no, you guys are actually selling these?
It's like it's like when Beat Detective first came out. Everybody's like, no, you're not going to sell this to people, right? All the beta testers, they get to keep it. No. All right, so here's by the way, not only is it a hardware keyboard, but it also has an audio interface right inside. So you can use it as an interface for Pro Tools or anything else you want as a core audio device, or a WWM Nasio device has a headphone jack right in the front. You can run audio right through the actual processing. So if you want to plug a mic and run it through the filters and the effects inside the Venom, you can certainly do that. And it sort of has also a lot of tie-ins to Pro Tools, which did you guys get a chance to talk about that after the call? Did you get a chance to check it out? A little bit? Yeah, exactly. Right. So basically, because...
said product.
Yeah, exactly. But because it's an Avid product, it means as well that Pro Tools is aware of this box. So when this guy is connected, and you actually create an instrument track for it, the instrument track will know the Venom is there. So how many people here have ever used something like Stylus RMX or something with like a MIDI performance that drives the hardware synth, right? When you connect this to Pro Tools and you record on a track and hold down the one key that plays all those parts, all of those MIDI notes that are being triggered inside the box get recorded to that track. That makes sense? So as opposed to just one MIDI note, you actually get all individual MIDI notes that you can then, change your pocket. So if you needed it to swing harder, you could actually change the entire sound of the Venom to do that.
Yeah, you've got to tell it to do that. I think you change on the editor, you tell it not to just send a single note you play, but to send all the notes you trigger.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. Did you guys find that thing, did you?
We found it. Tayo told us to.
Guys, that must have been turned on in my version. Sorry, guys. Must have been turned on in my version. Anyway, so I'm trying to think now. So you've been using it for the last couple months, right? And obviously, it's a really aggressive sounding sort of keyboard. I mean, what is it that you like about sort of the way it's laid out, or the interface, or that kind of? I mean, is there anything about it that the way it's laid out that you like? I guess is the question.
Yeah, it's very simple to get to the sounds you want. It's very simple to manipulate the sounds you want. The software editor lets you get really, really deep, but for the most part, you can do most of the main things you need right from the keyboard. But when you want to get deeper, you definitely got to get into the editor. And it's so simple. You either basically are in single mode or multi-mode. And single, you're editing the one track, and then multi-mode, you can be syncing and playing the internal arpeggios and rhythms and things like that. And you can select and deselect and mute. It's very simple. It's very straightforward, the interface.
Now, Scott, do you want to come up here and you were talking about like tweaking something? I'm not suggesting you play nine steps, but
there's some things about this that are fantastic. First of all, let me just let you know that we are not. This is not our wheelhouse right here. We're kind of like we find ourselves really finding a connection with this synthesizer and this product on many levels. So when Kevin and everybody over at Avid asked us to come up here and do this, we were a little bit apprehensive at first. But one of the things that we get when we're on the road, we've been around for a long time. We've been making music for a long time. A lot of times people will come up, what is it that, give me some advice. What can I get? That one product that's going to make the magic. That's going to, what system do you use? What DAW do you use? What synthesizer do you use? What sampler? How do you, and it's so difficult to tell everybody, because you really need to find your own way. As far as synths-wise, as far as a way to quickly get started with a limited budget, I mean, this product is really spectacular. I mean, it's warm, it has substance to it. when it gets to the bottom end, you can really, really feel that it's not just some sort of, it's not breaking up, it's not, you don't hear all of the artifacts. It's something that, on the bottom end side, I haven't heard it in a sense since like the Andromeda from Avis. It's really beautiful, well put together synthesizer. And on the top end, that sort of like really breakable, sort of brittle, sort of harsh stuff, it's not shy. It's not gonna, you know, pussyfoot around. It's not gonna cut it off. It will get aggressive. It will bite back, and it has. It's really intuitive. The knobs across the front there's 4 knobs with I think 5 different settings that go along down the bottom. And as far as being creative, of course, we've had this since where everything is there, every single knob to every single feature, and you can get into that. But it's also kind of daunting to, you know, your hands are going everywhere and you're losing track of where you were, and the sound that you just liked 30 seconds ago is now a completely different sound and you're trying to walk it back. This you can take from, you know, a really beautiful, you know, bride, here comes the bride sound to, oh my God, she's an alien and she just ate the groom. That kind of sound. That's the kind of thing we could do with this product, with the synthesizer. And a lot of, you know, they came over, they showed it to us 2 months ago, and our initial reaction was, leave us alone with it. We just want to play with it for the next, you know, 2 or 3 days. And it's just, I don't know, it's really hard to explain that. I had this interaction with the synth when I found the Nord. The first Nord came out, it was really intuitive, really great sounding, really, you know, it spoke to me, it spoke to Ken, it spoke to us as a band. The Andromeda was another one that had a really great sound. But I don't know, everybody goes, oh, what do you, no, it's not that good. You know, what do you guys do? You know, we really, again, this is not anything that we're really comfortable with, getting up here and sort of, you know, sitting here on these wonderful director's chairs. But you asked us about our full feature movie that's coming out.
What's your least favorite?
This is like a really amazing product, and there's a lot of people that worked so tirelessly to make it happen, and having come in contact with a lot of different things over the years. You go, wow, that's, you know, that somebody should be respected and rewarded, and the product should be recognized. So I'm going to get over there, and I'm going to try not to screw it up, and show you some of the things that I like about it. I took some extensive notes, you can see here. It's like that roll of 20s. It's backed up by it's right here.
Not bad at all.
It's backed up by dollar bills. Now I was gonna really this morning get about 8 more things going, but my son and daughter came in. They're really young. My son's 5 and my daughter's 2. And my son came in, and all he wants to do is play with my iPhone. So I mean so every day, iPhone. Have you ever heard that game about the Angry Birds? I know you have. And it's, oh my goodness. You show that to a 5-year-old, you might as well just throw your iPhone out the window. But he sat and for a brief moment in time, I got him to stop asking about the Angry Birds, and he said, Dad, that's cool. And he really found something in it immediately. The multi mode is one that I'm sure you've heard about. It has some. Let's see what that's one. That sounds cool. Good night, everybody. That's not the one I like.
By the way, it's only $500.
Can you believe that?
$4.99. Fantastic. That's why it's so interesting. $4.99 for an audio interface and this.
I know, that's ridiculous.
It's really silly. It's really actually silly.
I just could have showed up and bought it and not had to come up here and do this demo. That would have been. Just joking. Love your work. So the multi-mode. Pretty simple. We've got 4 parts here.
So this is the multi-mode.
Multi-mode, so I can go ahead and
4 tracks.
So I can mute it. Here's the bass, I think. There it is. Cool little pre-programmed sequence there. So say you like the drums. It's an inspirational synthesizer. It has lots of options. So there's the beat, pre-programmed beat, but you can, once you put it into you know, you can drop these patterns over and rearrange them, record all the notes separately. So say we like that beat, but we want to do something a little bit different with the bass. We'll bring that in here. Oops. See?
No worries.
I found a favorite one. So you have the first patch here is sort of a percussive sort of sound. Get in, want to change the pattern. Get in, change the pattern around if you like. It's like hide your tweeters and keys. That one is bring the synth back in. Yes, the synth's so sexy with her. Oh yeah. Hello. Hello. So you hear all the different sounds that they give you. Now, you know, you're not going to love all these patterns, trust me. A lot of people spend a lot of time trying to give the user lots of different feels. But it's sort of you kind of use it as a tool more than something that's going to go on the final product. You may find something in there you want to change some things around the snares and stuff, but you know, it's more like you get to the synth, you want to find something that inspires you for that moment. What I've found the most usable or user friendly is just getting in and attacking, you know, individual presets. And the guys did it at Avis and NAMM Audio and Tayo, and they did an amazing job creating a really, really great collection of sounds that are just right off the bat, ready to go. You can have this really angry synth sound. Sort of friendly synth that you want to introduce to the mom and the dad. You have the sort of the synth next door. You have the synth that reminds you of your aunt Melly.
A lot of synths.
A lot of different synths in here, but you have some really crazy sounds. I love the way that I want to have the job of naming sounds. Just give me, that's got to be the craziest job ever of naming sounds. Some of them are really good. But anyways. So like we were talking about the 4 different knobs here. Work with the first the oscillator 3 to this will sync it together. filter envelope. Obviously, everybody knows what that is. Crack envelope. Get into the yellow full rate a little bit. Now, I love what they've done here with the filter type. Easy button at the top. Change the filter type on the fly. Bypass it. Everybody loves the low pass. And I wish I could grab every one of you and take you into our studio and show you the magic that is Venom. For a small price, we can do that. We can work that out. But
25.
20, I don't know. It's like, Ken, what was the first thing you said besides? I think Scott needs to change his underwear. What was that? What was the second thing?
Oh no.
Thanks for credit this.
Oh yes. So much fun.
We don't have a camera on the keyboard, but basically the four performance controls are these here, and you select what they're doing with this up and down here, and that kind of gives you an idea of how you run the keyboard. And this is actually the editing program where you get much deeper into the sounds, but the performance on the keyboard are these four, and then selecting the parameters here.
Right now, so you get in and change it up. So I want to go in and change the pattern. There's like 5 banks or 4 banks of different sounds. Now the layer one was one I really liked earlier when I was, oh yeah, this is easy. Again, you're not like going to be, I mean you could, I guess, out of the box. I mean with iTunes and all the different ways you can distribute music, if you want to just pull it out of the box and make a couple tracks, you probably have a little bit of success with that. But everything's there to sort of grab your attention, inspire you a little bit, and sort of move you forward in a project. You don't have to go multi-mode. Of course, single mode is fine. But I just love I love the ease of operation. I love the fact that the most important features that you want to reach at any given moment are right there. The filter cut off the resonance. You know, you get into the filter key track, which really is really enhances your entire working environment.
Yeah, when you guys, I mean, obviously you're recording stuff at home with a bunch of hardware synths, a bunch of plugins, a bunch of stuff. But obviously you're still, sort of avid live guys. I mean, so when you go out, is this something that you could, or
I take it to the clubs with me when we go to the clubs. I say, hey baby, how's it going? See my new Venom? We took this on the road the last time, and this was amazing. The Axiom Pro. If anybody was at Coachella, you saw how well it was put together. Because when I threw it, the thing was still in good shape afterwards.
Breaking stuff? That's awesome.
Well, those DX7s we used to take on the road a lot. And Kevin said it was built strong. Hey Kevin. He doesn't even care. He's back there in the back. Kevin, what were your first thoughts? What were your first thoughts when you saw the Axiom Pro go flying through the air at Coachella?
A very solid unit.
They're very solid.
Hopefully no one got killed.
Nope. Yes. Hopefully no one. That would be horrible. No, but it actually it stayed together. We put it back on stage and played it.
Works great.
It's still in the studio today.
I remember the first thing I said. I said it looked like a stormtrooper.
I said the same thing. I thought it looked like it had been raped by a stormtrooper. That's what I thought.
Anyways, I would like to take somebody out of the audience and have them come up and play around with it. And just get your jam out.
You guys also brought another tune, right?
We can. Within it, just a little. See, most digital synthesizers don't do that. They're cut off. It's like a limitation. It's a brick wall. Again, so like in this feel of this particular sequence, again, like I was saying, you just put everything right into the system. So you like a little bit of this, the feel of this, record it in, change the feel. Synth before. They just don't react like this. There's something special. Little pixies. Little digital pixies inside. It's like those Keebler elves. They somehow found a way to make them even smaller. And then instead of making like really delicious cookies that are really not that delicious, because they're all so dry by the time you get home.
They're made, it's basically just dried Crisco, right? It's just dried Crisco and flour.
No, come on. Hey, no. Come up with something. If I can get something that's cool, and you can't, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Again, if you want to go and change the pattern. Yes, see that? And that will be available on Beatport very soon. They'll be in the, oh my god, I can't believe they put this for sale section. It's sexy. I really, again, we can play some more music, which will definitely be helpful. I could get a drink of water because I've never knew that entire desert could evolve in my mouth at one time. But the only way that you're really going to get an understanding and real feel for it is if you play it. I've had some friends come over, some people from out of town who are here for NAMM. Again, they've heard us talk about it. You have to come and just play it. Friend Byron, Sean, who else was over recently? Jesus. Was he not? That was not Jesus. Wasn't that there? That was different. The Pope. I mean, we had them all over. I mean, he blessed it. I mean, it's all here.
Got another remix we're working on for Tom Morello's new project called Street Sweeper Social Club.
Yes, this is
Ghetto Blaster?
It's called Ghetto Blaster, yeah. Again, more music. Anything to drown out the guy tuning the acoustic guitar over there. I mean, that's really, good lord. They should have days, like, you know, they should make this like a month long. So let's listen to that and I'll sit here and...
Alright, so Ghetto Blaster from the new Tom Morello project.
Now there's a couple tracks that we can discuss production. I think we should, by the time we turn it over to you, the wonderful people who are waited so patiently for us to talk to you. What would you like to know? My favorite color?
Here we go. I'm going to turn it up now.
Listen to them. 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 Shaka said that I'm a wizard, it's not that I'm with a blaster right. All I did is I can hit the fire. 2, 3, fire, 1, 2, 1, I'm more like I always am. Soccer. No, I'm honest. From the scholars in the harbor, by the scholars, so much water for your collar, get your black and white colors. What kind of dollar for dollars? Both of them, but you know why? I'm not a baller, I'm a brawler, all the yards are on. You know, let's go.
I guess the last question is, I mean, for one, what's up next for you guys?
The bar. Working on new.
The bar, of course.
Working on new music for our next album. A few different projects, but busy in the studio.
Now, this track, this remix that we just played, we didn't bring the actual, because we have a lot of, it's still in work in progress, we got a lot of plugins. We weren't sure.
Yeah, it's always a good idea.
But this song started out started at 90 beats per RM. It's up to 124. Now everybody has Ableton Live. Everybody knows Ableton Live and the ability to sort of change tempos and do that. And for a long time, we did that exclusively on Ableton Live. This is the first one of the first ones where we've done everything in-house with all the different features in Pro Tools, and it's so smart. I mean, you drop it in there, tell the tempo, figures it out. You can go in and change some things around, but it's a lot more intuitive than I think than some of the other products out there, especially if you're working in the box here. It sounds great. You have a lot of different options as far as what type of different
X forms
or all the different things you over with the. I find the one that works the best is yours, the one that you always choose. That
Talk about the algorithms that you can choose for elastic stuff.
But
it's great running only one program.
Yeah, this is our next track right here. This is their jam right here.
Welcome to NAMM, baby.
Anyway, so let me take some questions. Again, I strongly recommend that you put your hands on it and play around with it and see for yourself. It's so hard in this environment. Get some good headphones. But it truly, I tell you, mark my words, this is I think the best, synth here. And the price point is there, you just don't have a lot of money. You have a lot of money, it's right there. The sounds are warm. They have that analog familiarity to it. They don't have a lot of the digital drop off on the bottom. You really hear a really clean bottom. That one's for you, Sean. And the depth of sounds. We're not just talking about leads. We're talking about pads that are gorgeous and lush, that have real ethereal feel to them. The leads are great. Percussion is there. Great bass lines and bass hits in here, and just a lot of functionality that's right there on the top. You can get in and tweak any part of it you want through their editor. We were talking about earlier how you can just record the arpeggiator parts right into Pro Tools and edit them as you wish, change the feel, rearrange them. I mean, I have nothing else to say besides the fact that I find it to be one of my favorite products and most inspirational product I've seen in a long time. So,
guys, I just want to thank Crystal Method for showing up today, guys. Thank you so much. I know it's not only what you do. I know it's not your only thing. So thanks so much.
Thanks for coming out.
Guys, Scott, give a big hand.